beautiful, but when it comes to my home, that's what most people get to enjoy. And sometimes it's what most people have to endure because of drain issues. I've had them everywhere I've lived. We've all had them. We know maybe it's a funky smell that we're getting from the sink, or maybe we just brushed our teeth and it's just taking a longer time to go down. You wait for that a couple days. Now there's a mildew. Now there's another smell. What do? You go to the store, you buy some kind of gunk. It maybe works a little bit when you put half the bottle in. Eventually you end up using the whole bottle. It's not only going to cost you time and money, it ends up damaging your pipes. We'll talk about that more a little bit in a second. But look at the alternative here. That was like a tiny little scoop. All you have to do is 1 scoop of the Professor Amos, 18 ounces is how much we're getting, the SuperFast Max Concentrated Drain Powder. It's a mouthful, but girl, it works. And suddenly, you'll see what you just saw on your screen. How many will you get with just 1 order? 36 uses. No more half the bottle, maybe the whole one. No, 36 uses. That breaks down to $1.05 every time you need to fix that drain. Even if you're including shipping and handling, it's $1.15. Who wouldn't pay $1.15 for those solutions in their kitchens, in their bathrooms? I am so happy to tell you we have auto ship back in stock. That means if you want to grab this and say, yeah, every couple months, go ahead and send me another one. Same price, please. I don't want to be paying more than I'm already paying when the price does go back up. Let's lock in this price. We can offer you that today with auto ship. I will say we're down to the hundreds in the auto ship availability, so that one is going fast. Professor Amos III.
Yes.
I heard Emily call you PA3 last night, and I was like, it's kind of like CP3. I really like it. So permission, is that okay?
Of course.
PA3 is here. He is the third. He comes from a lineage of dancers.
Yeah. We got the moves.
Problem solvers. Let me tell you, this happens behind the scenes. People are like, oh, did you buy a different one? You haven't tried Professor Amos yet? That's literally what the hosts say here. But this is your workhorse.
This is our horse.
Yes.
If you've ever been faced with a clog or a stinky drain that just won't budge, this is a proprietary formula that is designed to turn hair into foam. It turns food into foam. It breaks down all your dirt, grease, and oil in the drain line. It turns it into foam. And of course, this is our powder form. So if you're used to the liquid drain cleaner that you've been getting here for 20 years and you love it because of the reviews and it works so good, this is our powder form. You're gonna get 3 times the application. So that means 36 times you'll be able to open your drain line, 36 times you can maintenance and clean the drain lines too. Okay, so come on over here. Let's get right into it.
Let's do it.
SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines, but remember one big thing. This isn't a drain opener, it's a drain cleaner. What that means is SuperFast Max is gonna open the drain line, but more importantly, it's gonna clean that drain line, squeaky clean where there's nothing sticky or oily left behind to attract a new clog. Now look at the science. SuperFast Max has an accelerated formula, so that means it starts to work on contact. You're not waiting 30 minutes like the consumer stuff that you can buy from one of your home stores or depots. It works in 10 seconds. SuperFast Max is going to turn your hair into foam. It turns the food into foam.
Look at that.
It breaks down all that dirt, all that grease, all that oil. It turns it into foam. And Natasha, you at home, we call this action saponification because that's the dynamic way that it works by turning everything in the drain into foam. Now that foam will break down into a liquid. You give it 10 minutes and then you're going to run hot water for up to 5 minutes and that drain line comes back squeaky clean every time you do it.
And the thing is, you know it's working like that because you're not using a whole bunch.
Yeah,
and
like
you're getting
stuff.
a faster, more effective unclogging than using a whole bunch.
And a clean, yeah.
Because look, it just kind of goes past all the gunk.
Yes.
They're really just telling you, okay, can you just use some more? Can you just go and buy some more?
Right.
As opposed to actually solving the problem.
It could be costly. When you use products like this from the store, you're doing more damage than good. I'll tell you why. Products like these are highly corrosive. Products like these may contain acid, bleach, ammonia, animal fats. These are highly corrosive materials that you're pouring down the drain. And they tell you to pour half that bottle. Well, think about it. That's a lot of chemicals it's going down the drain. 90% of the chemicals, they trickle, it'll ooze, it'll all creep past the clog like Natasha just said, and it all ends up down here at this curve unit. You see, this curve unit is designed to hold fluids, and it'll keep odors from coming back up and permeating through your house, but the chemicals are sitting there building heats of up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. Listen to this, okay? It's cold out right now all over the country. My goodness, your drain lines, they're cold too. Your drain lines can't go from extremely cold to hot fast because it will crack right away. It could cost you hundreds and thousands of dollars. Be very mindful, be very careful before you use a product like this. I want to give out a minute.
Yeah.
And see if anything happens.
It's the scariest thing. You ever had something where you're doing something in the kitchen and you have, a cold item and then you think, oh no, it just got too hot too fast, or you had a hot item and then you're thinking cold. Something's gonna crack, that feeling?
Yeah.
How come we're not aware of the fact that when we're taking a cold drain line, even if it's not freezing outside, your drain could still be cold, especially if it's metal. Even the porcelain ones can get cold. Yeah. How come we don't know about the fact that when we're putting down these cleaners,
that's exactly why I'm here to show you.
It's causing heat. And it's basically like, hey, you want to set off a heat bomb in the cold thing and let it crack and then have to pay? Yeah. No one wants that, let alone the fact that the buggies can stay in there.
Yes.
You know I hate those buggies.
And thank you for bringing that up, because that was my next point. Okay, all that grime in your line, did you know that bugs and critters feed on it? They'll literally feed on the body oils, the dead skin cells. You can have an infestation down in the foundation of your drain lines if you're not maintaining and cleaning that gunk and that grime. They live on that stuff. Now, here's what SuperFast Max is designed to do. Listen, work smarter, not harder. Let the product do the work. No need to grab a plunger or a snake and put any wear and tear on the inside of the drain line. SuperFast Max is going to break down last week's food. It's going to break down last month's food. It's hardened and solidified, or even last year's food. Yes,
what about hair?
And it turns hair into foam too. We're going to get right to that. I'm going to show you all about the hair.
My husband will shave over the sink.
Yes, and I do it too. I got to shave my head. I got to shave my face. I got the hair every day. Every day I got hair in this thing. And then my daughter's curly, beautiful hair. My son's hair. My goodness, this breaks down hair for sure.
Wow.
So look at that. It broke it down into a liquid, a foam that turned into a liquid. It's great. It works so good. We're not using gloves and a mask. It's safe for your pipes or any application. So before I get back to test tube number 2, this proprietary formulation is safe for any kind of drain line application that you have at home. Older homes, newer homes, apartments, condos, septic systems, boat tanks, RV tanks, the gray tank, the black tank. You can use this on any kind of drain application. And then one more thing that I love it for, we live in Florida, so our air conditioners run so much harder down here in Florida, so you get backup and build up in the air conditioning drain lines. You can use this to clean out the air conditioning drain line, and it keeps it squeaky.
Keep clean. I was late on that one. I saw a viral video of someone going to clean out that air conditioning drain line, and like a gunk came out.
Big old hunk of
people don't go out there and clean. When's the last time you cleaned out your air conditioning line? I hope everyone at home's not like, I do it all the time, Natasha. How did you know? That's what I'm saying. We don't do that. So this is safe enough for that.
This is safe enough for that, and it does it more effectively than anything you can buy at the home store or the depot. This is, when it comes to draining, cleaning, opening drain lines, we are the business. SuperFast Max is the business. Now let me tell you what happened here. This red stuff right here didn't even budge, okay? They say give it 30 minutes, but we don't have 30 minutes. Another thing on that red bottle, they say don't mix chemicals. You can have a bad reaction. You can really have a corrosive reaction in your drain lines. We have an innovative drain cleaning method. No acid, no ammonia, no animal fat. So what does that mean? I can go right over top of those standing chemicals and right through that standing water, and you see what it does? Look at that. I want you to squeeze in tight. Just look real close so I can show you the action, live action, what's happening right now on the inside of the drain. There it is. It's foaming. It's saponifying. When our proprietary formulation comes in contact with anything oil by, it turns it into foam. That foam breaks down into liquid, then you run hot water. That's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to grab this hose and I'm going to install it right in that drain line. But let me tell you what happened here. Okay, everything has been suspended free from the inside of the drain line. It's all been broken down by being saponified. Now you run hot water for up to 5 minutes and you'll see that drain line comes back squeaky clean. I mean, it's a gusher. It's flowing, it's clean. There's no more drain gas, there's no more drain odor.
Wow. You ever clean a makeup brush? And how impossible it is because the amount of oils that are in makeup or on our faces, that's all washed off into our sinks.
Yes.
So anything oil-based, it's like poof, be gone because of the saponification. I want to remind you that what you're getting isn't a $36 cost for cleaning your drain. You're getting a $1.05 cost for cleaning your drain.
That's what it costs when you clean your
If
drain.
you say this one doesn't drain well, it hasn't for a while, there's a cent here, $1.05, and you got it.
Yes.
And now you're gonna have that 36 times. Maybe you have 5 drains. Okay, that would be a great choice for you to go ahead and get the auto ship.
Yes.
Because think about it, 1 scoop for your tub, 1 scoop for that sink, 1 scoop for the other sink, 1 scoop for the other shower. Whatever it is, what you're going to find is for $1.05, you not only have a better flowing system where you actually are draining.
That's right.
Better smelling home, better smelling restrooms, but also you're going to have safer pipes, safer plumbing, safer septic system, because when those things get cracked, the budget is broken.
It's blown, wide open.
$1.05 is an insurance policy on that, as far as I'm concerned.
That's right. And it's all about having the right tools to get the job done. So even if you don't have a clog, we always say it here at HSN, it's not if, it's when you're gonna have a clog. Now take a look at this right here. I gotta explain, okay? This is known as the dirtiest place in your whole house. There's over 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch in the drain line of the kitchen sink. You gotta eliminate that because the bugs and the critters, like you said, they're feeding on that. You can have an infestation down in the foundation of your drain line. So I'm saying that to say all this right here. Take a look at this big hunk of oil byproduct right here. This is what's representing last week's food, last month's food, or even last year's food. It's all hardened and solidified and caked up on the inside of the drain line. When you get this home, listen, you can make that application. You don't have to pour the whole application. You can divvy it up around the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, or any other kind of drain line you have at home. But that was 4 to 6 ounces right there. Pour a little more. Look at how fast. I mean, 10 seconds or less.
Wow.
That was 10 seconds or less, and it's already turning that hunk of oil byproduct into foam, and that foam will break down into liquid. You just give it that 10 minutes, and then you'll hear that drain line burping and gurgling. Inevitably, you'll hear that suction sound when the water goes down.
You usually only hear that drain clean when a plumber came. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It usually takes someone using a tool to get that.
Yeah, the snake. Okay, hair is the #1 culprit to every clog at home, and here is why. If you take a good look down the inside of the tub drain or the shower drain, you'll see a nest of hair down there. It's sticky and it's oily from all the fats, oils, and greases, the conditioners, the lotions, and potions. You wash your hair one time, you wash your pets one time. The hair goes down onto the inside of the drain line, it clings on, and it starts to build and build and build until there's a nest of hair that's completely choking out the inside of the drain line. I say that to say this. Take a look here. I have a bowl of hair here. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas that we know of in the country here at HSN. So if you have a hair clog, my goodness, watch this. 10 minutes and this proprietary formula turns pet hair into foam. Human hair, curly hair, long hair, straight hair, turns it all into foam in 10 minutes.
Wow. I want to remind you, we do have the auto ship available on this. You're getting 36 uses. So think of every single drain in your home. Think of how many times you'll be able to solve that problem when you have 36 uses with one single 18-ounce bottle of this drain powder. You already have water in your house. We're not going to make you pay for the water. That's what people are mixing with, you know, a couple scoopfuls of whatever they're using, plus water and chemicals that are dangerous, and they're selling you a whole bottle and saying, here, use it twice, 3 times if you're lucky. When we talk about the value here, this is why. Because it's 36 unclogged drains for $1.05 a drain. And that, to me, is a year's worth
game changer
of just peacefulness and a better smelling home.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh my
I see
goodness.
this one's
Look
moving,
at the
I see this one's not.
Look at the mess. Okay, there's no job too big or too small when it comes to SuperFast Max. These drain lines right here, the bigger drain lines, the 6-inch, the 8-inch, the 10-inch drain lines that run from under your house out to the sidewalk, down to the city sanitation. Test tube #2 is the consumer product from the store. Test tube #1 is our SuperFast Drain Cleaner, our proprietary formula. Look at what's happening though. I gotta tell you about this. You pour the chemicals in your drain. They go to the lowest point and they sit there and they start to build heats of up to 180 degrees. It gets hot fast, so things start to expand. When things expand, it starts coming back up into your tubs. It starts coming back into your sinks. You can't have those corrosive materials coming back up on you. It could hurt you. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, SuperFast Max get this job done effectively. It's economical because it does it 36 times, and it doesn't heat up your drain lines. No heat.
You ever come into your bathroom and seen a bug in your sink or in your shower
Yes.
and said, how did that happen? Why am I living a nightmare? This is why. Because, as he mentioned, they actually live, not just in the tube, but they live in the gunk that surrounds the tube.
That's home right there.
And that's their home. Sometimes when you're flushing water and you go bye-bye, they're not going bye-bye, they're just crawling back into their home.
That's home.
And sometimes even if you pour out a drain cleaner like the ones we've seen, it's not clearing out the tube enough. Those bugs are just waiting out the storm. When I learned about the only way to huff and puff and blow their house down is to saponify it,
Yes.
that's all I needed to know.
Huff and puff and saponify their house
That's what
down,
I'm
huh?
saying. Those
That's
little
how you
piggies
do it.
gotta go.
They gotta go. They gotta go because we can't have an infestation down in the foundation of my drain lines. Listen, use this proprietary formula to break down their habitat, to break down the grease, the oil, to break down the hair and turn it into foam. If you're just tuning in, SuperFast Max is industry leading at opening the drain line, but remember, it's not a drain opener, it's a drain cleaner, more importantly, because it opens a drain line, but it'll clean that drain line, keeping that habitat free from the bugs and the critters, okay? Now, SuperFast is gonna turn your hair into foam, it turns your food into foam, it breaks down all your dirt, grease, and oil into foam. We call that saponification.
Man, I love your demos.
Thank you so
They're so
much.
gratifying.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here with us, PA3.
Yes,
It's good
yes.
seeing you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm going to do this.
Okay.
All right. We are heading over to another non-negotiable here. This is the day of the humidifiers. I have one in every room. One is not enough just for the home. The